Hello, welcome to Bits and Pieces. I'm your host Jasper. As I mentioned in the other video that I have uploaded recently, I have been a bit under the weather lately, and if I sound different, that is likely why. And I apologize, but I still need to make videos, so I'm going to work through it. This video is going to be on monitors and the main monitor types that you'll be able to find out there in stores and whatnot. A monitor is something essential for your PC build. If you're building anything other than a laptop, you're going to need a monitor because laptops typically are built in with the screen. Otherwise, you're going to need some form of monitor to project what your computer is doing to the screen so you can interact with it. You can't see what's happening on your PC or operating system if you don't have a monitor with you. And there are several things you want to consider when getting into a monitor. There's the monitor type. Each monitor type has different specs and capabilities and advantages and disadvantages that you want to look for. And each major type of monitor that are being sold are going to be included. Some of these specific technologies may not be mentioned, but it's mainly just the main specific types and some pros and cons and what they're recommended for. There are the CRT monitors, which they are not commonly sold anymore, as most other monitor types are superior to a CRT or cathode ray tube monitor. These are more legacy stuff. It's more stuff that you'd find from old computers. The pros of these are that they're going to be cheaper, typically, have strong contrast and are responsive, but they are very big and bulky, less accurate in terms of color reproduction, and the largest size of these things is like 43 inches diagonally. So they are not very big, and they are not accurate, and they're very large and bulky to carry around. So you're not going to want one of these likely, but they are cheap. Next one is is a pretty common and easy to find one, an LCD or liquid crystal display monitor. It creates a picture using liquid crystals and a backlight of LEDs. The pros of these is that they have strong scalability and can be larger than CRT monitors and can do good with resolutions of 1080p with high picture quality, and they have high refresh rate. The problem is that they have slower response times than most other monitor types, don't have a good viewing angle, which is the angle at which you can look at the monitor and still get the right colors. If you look at a specific angle on most monitors, the colors will start to distort and look weird. That is the result of the viewing angle. If it means you are outside of the good viewing angle for that monitor. And they are bad at creating contrast within an image. Then there's the LED or light emitting diode monitors. They use special diodes at the backlighting that emit small lights of the three main colors, red, green, and blue, to reproduce graphics for your computer. They have adjustable brightness and a wide viewing angle, can convey colors realistically and dynamically, and there's no limit on how large an LED screen is, because this is evident in the fact that there are some billboards now that they are using LED screens for instead of just flat billboards. They're using LEDs now for certain billboards that are exceptionally large. The cons of these is that the LED monitors can deteriorate and shift colors if you use them long enough. They can be a bit more expensive, and they have issues with thermal instability causing wear and tear to the monitor, which is a problem. Then there is the plasma screen monitor. These were pretty big at one point. They use electrically charged gases to reproduce color. They have a wide viewing angle and motion blur is less visible and have a high contrast ratio. But they are susceptible to deterioration and what is known as burn-in, which is where if you leave the same image on a monitor for too long, it will be burned into the back of the monitor, so you will always see that image even if you change the image. So that is why you need screensavers for certain monitor types like a plasma screen, because if you don't have a screensaver, whatever you were last doing will be burned into the monitor and you will always see that forever. Another issue is that they have issues with the screen flickering because of the charged gases. It makes the screen flicker, and that can be disorienting or problematic for some people. And they're big and heavy and hard to carry around. Then there's the OLED or organic light emitting diode monitors. They use LEDs to reproduce the backlighting of an LCD. But what's unique about these is that they use organic based layers above the backlighting to produce the color instead. They create high response time and a great contrast ratio and like really good color reproduction. But the problem is that they have the image retention and burn-in, which you need a screensaver for. And at the moment, they're currently more expensive than an LCD monitor. So these are really good, but they're more expensive. So it is hard for you to get your hands on one easily or as easily as an LCD. So which monitor should you pick? It depends on what you're going to need from your monitor. The strongest three currently are LEDs, LCDs, and OLED monitors, as the others aren't as strong as those three. OLEDs are good with colors and response times, so if you're a graphic designer, you will love an OLED monitor. An LED monitor has a wide viewing angle and good colors, which more casual users could use an LED, like if you're just using it for like a movie theater, if you're using your PC as a movie theater, so to speak, you could use an LED screen, which could be really large and have the wide viewing angle for everyone to be able to watch at various angles. And LCDs have strong colors coupled with high refresh rates and response times, which are good for gaming when speed is needed. So, like if you play FPS games like CS:GO or whatnot, games like that, and where you need to be able to have the high refresh time, that is what you're going to want. You're going to want an LCD monitor specifically.